Well, Cowboy, what's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the UNG Odyssey podcast. Can we put those dogs inside? Thank you.
Refresh that page. It's not playing.
Refresh what page?
Never mind. It's up there now.
Yeah, it's going. What up, Cowboy? Cowboy. Don't know what to say. Sorry about that. My dogs are a little loud. It is early, man. It is really early for a podcast, but we have things that we have to do, so we decided to do one this early. Usually, I have a drink or something, but it's too early for that. My guest today is none other than the Cowboy Kasey guy that I know. What's your last name? Casey Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Cowboy Kasey. Kasey is. Well, I'll just let you tell, man. Tell us about your repertoire, your look.
So, I was born and raised in Dallas. In high school, I went to school out in Seagoville, right? And I got an FFA program, and I raised cattle and goats and rode horses almost every day. And so this is where this kind of came from. That's something I enjoy.
That's crazy, man. You raised cattle and horses?
Yeah, I actually used to own cows. I used to own.
What happened to them? You don't own them?
Me and my dad, we got in a dispute and we had to sell them.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. You get into a fight and you lose cows because of the fight?
Yeah, me and my dad, we couldn't agree on what to do with them, so we just sold them.
Well, what are you supposed to do with them? I thought you just have them and
breed them. He
take
didn't
the
want to
milk
breed
titty
them.
out of there. No,
he didn't want to breed them, and I was just wasting money.
You didn't want to breed them?
No,
well, how do you get more cows if they're not fucking?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
What are you supposed to do? Just wait till they grow old and then
I was like, I'm not having 3 fucking dogs. Then I have to go drive 50 miles. 50 miles one way to go fucking feed every day. So,
I need to grab. Actually, Lana, can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you get me the CBD blunt that's in the green drawer?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you, and a lighter. Well, yeah, the horses, the cows thingy. So you had cows, like regular cows, or there's some
I
breeds
had
of cows?
Cimbra cattle, which are like a purebred show breed. And
that's cool. I mean, they're purebred breed.
Yeah.
And you guys got an argument, so you had to sell them because nobody wanted to do anything with them.
No, my dad didn't want to do anything with them.
Well, if your dad didn't want to do anything with them, but he still wanted to keep them, why didn't he just take care of them?
It's because we were on his friend's land, right? And his friend had rules out there, and my dad was like, I don't want to start a herd on another man's land. And I was like, how about you buy land? And he said, okay. And then 2 years later, we didn't have land, and the dude wasn't working with us.
Oh, okay.
It got really expensive.
So just a bunch of little things that caused you to... Would you ever buy cows again?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Cows, so you're a cow herder. Did you have to find them on the did you have to get on a horse and go find them?
No, it was never that big of a pasture.
Yeah.
And they were trained.
What'd you sell them to?
I sold them to a guy out in Commerce. I sold them on Craigslist.
Oh,
and,
Craigslist. Oh, you can find anything there.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking Trader's Village around the corner.
Yeah,
you can find just about anything.
And first time driving a trailer, a livestock trailer. Well, any trailer for that matter was a livestock trailer in the rain.
In the rain?
Yeah.
So you have the trailer. You just put them in there, and they just walk in there comfortably.
It depends on their level of training. So since my cows are show cows, I took them to shows. They were kind of used to trailers, and there'd be days I just go out and practice getting in and off a trailer with them and rework.
How do you decide to buy cows?
It's just something like, hey, I want to show cows, and then you go ask people, hey, where can I get show cows? And they're like, hey, this is where you get show cows, and then you just go get show cows.
That's so.
Or just cattle.
That's
really.
So it's just never popped into my head. Like for me, hey, let me do a podcast. Hey, let me get cows. Why not?
It's like the same thing as a podcast. You buy camera and equipment, except you don't have to feed it. You just, I'm pretty sure before you even started the podcast, you're like, what do I need to get for a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And so you're probably Googling it.
Oh, no, there's one that's already lit in the blue container.
Gotcha.
And you're probably Googling it and trying to research on what you need for a podcast. Same thing's all right, where do I get cows? Where do I get this certain breed?
So I can just get cows if I wanted to.
Yeah,
How big of a space do you need? Could I put a cow in my backyard?
It's an acre per head.
Oh man.
But that's not comfortable though. You want
really? So they can
that's
roam around a lot?
comfortable. Yeah, you don't have to worry about.
How do you know if the cow's not comfortable?
They
look depressed?
not necessarily that. It's just it's you have to give them grass because they'll eat all that grass, and like so you have to constantly keep on giving them hay, and that's expensive. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this over here. I want it to be close to the mic. Oh, spark that up in a little bit. Okay, so you're not. It's not just a persona. You actually do cowboy related shit.
Yes, sir.
And then you're very black.
Yes, sir.
Does that trip people out, or people here in Texas is kind of used to it because it's Texas?
Nah, so I'll tell you my experience this showing, right? In high school, I'd go to like shows like Forward Stock shows, State Fair, Texas, Austin, rodeo in Austin and stuff like that. And like some people, they'll look at me and they'll just go, "Hey,
yeah,
I respect that." Other people will just stare me down like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Like,
well, see, a lot of people would probably look at you and be like, "Oh, he's dressed like that. I mean, he's just trying to be cool like the rest of us country folk." But then they don't even realize like how hardcore you are into it.
Exactly.
Like, no, fucker, I'll get a cows, I'll wrangle up the horses or whatever the hell you call it. I don't even know the terminology.
Yeah, like they don't know my
they know your background story.
For the past 2 years, right? Past 2 years, I've helped brand steers at the Forward Stock Show. So my first year, my ag teacher called me. I was like, "Hey, we need help at the Forward Stock Show. You want help?" And so I helped my first time. Didn't even know I was gonna get paid for it.
Yeah. And
I helped and I did a good job. And then when we got done, they're like, "Yeah, you're definitely coming back next year."
That's cool. And you said brand horses, like
brand steers.
Steers, like with the fucking metal thingy and hot, and they don't kick your ass.
So we put them in a chute and we tie up their head and they get a brand on their cheek.
Oh fuck, man! God damn, we fucking beat the shit out of our animals. Imagine if we did that with our cats or something. Come here, kitty. Damn, that's hardcore. So I know the difference between like a steer and a bull or whatever you call it is steers have their nuts cut off, right?
Yes.
So what are those used for?
Meat production.
Just meat?
So the burgers you eat, steers. The steaks you eat, steers.
So you think they'd taste better if they had their nuts still? No.
No, the testosterone sours and toughens the meat.
Oh, okay. So why are deer so good? Like, what do deer taste so
it's different.
Different.
Like
okay.
That's wild game.
Okay.
Like I'm pretty sure we ended up castrating, bugs and stuff like that. I don't know what we'd call the castrated version of bugs, cucks. Right.
Maybe.
Like maybe they might taste better than actual bugs. But I don't know. And they're just a leaner meat. You kind of can't really compare them.
I don't fuck with animals like that big though, like horses and whatnot. I'll never get on a horse.
You want to go ride horses?
No, I do not.
We can go ride horses.
I don't want to.
Why not?
I might pet it a little bit if it's nice, but like riding it, no. I don't fuck with animals that I can't choke out. That's like one rule I have for myself. Like, if it's an animal and I can't like literally put my hands around its neck and choke it out, if something goes wrong, I don't want to fuck with it. Fuck that, man.
I mean, I put 5-year-olds on horses and they've done fine.
Well, yeah. I'm not worried about like how I'll do. I'm pretty sure I just rather not put myself in that situation. Do you know Vincent Aurelio?
I don't think I do.
You might know him if you saw him. He's like really skinny, Hispanic, kind of silly looking dude. He went to Spain to do the bull ride. Not the bull ride,
the bull ride?
The bull ride, yeah.
With the bulls, yeah.
And he did that crazy shit, and I was like, "You're fucking insane." He was like, "Man, we'll do it, man."
Dude, I want to go do that. It's so fun.
Oh,
I ended up like flipping that bull.
It was crazy. He told me about he got stepped on by one of the bulls because I guess like towards the end, all the people like they can lay down and to where the bulls will get into the final area. And like if you're man enough, you can lay down, and they're like, "Oh no, they'll just jump right over you." No. And he said he didn't. He said that bull did not jump. It kind of went over, but it stepped on his shoulder to like catch that extra step and go all the way. And he got stepped on by the bull.
So like they'll jump over the person behind you and then land straight on you. Like they don't give a shit. Like they're like, one obstacle avoided. I'm so sorry.
So how'd you get? Okay, you do the horses. Have you always been around wild animals like that? Or not wild animals? Have you always been like?
I'd say for the past 6 years.
6 years.
But like even as a young child, you know, I was always outside messing with like nature and stuff like that. I love snakes from a young child, you know, reptiles and stuff. So it's like just turned my love for like I would say reptiles, because when I was younger, I wanted to be a herpetologist, which is a person that studies reptiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like Steve Irwin was my hero and everything.
He got fucked up by that stingray.
Yeah, the stingray kind of took him out. You know what I'm saying? I can't look at stingrays the same way. No, I wouldn't even buy a Corvette stingray. Like,
hey man, those guys are no joke, and yeah, he got poked right. I
Yeah.
always want to see the video of it though. People are like, "That's fucked up." You want to see the video? Yeah, I kind of do.
Like,
I want to see what happens. I want to see how it happened. I want to see what not to do.
Exactly. It's the same curiosity with Two Girls, One Cup.
Kinda. I think I actually did. I ever watch that? I know I kind of skipped parts, and I just remember them mixing stuff together on a plate, and I was just like, okay, now that's it. I'm done.
I see corn. You like this?
Oh man.
Yeah, but that love kind of like transitioned into like agriculture
Mhm.
and like livestock and stuff like that. So.
You think it's something you're gonna continue for the rest of your
Oh,
life?
of course.
Yeah.
When I get rich and famous, I'm buying me acreage.
That's
and
cool,
like
man.
land, and I'm gonna have cows. Don't even need cows, but I'm gonna have cows to give my friends jobs.
Mhm.
Buy land in Colorado, have cows out there. And
Oh,
stuff
thank
like
you
that.
very much. You're the best. Got the best assistant / producer.
I thought I'm a producer on that. My producer.
You are my producer. You helped me get all this settled up. What are you talking about? God, they try to give her compliments.
I know, right?
Fucking yell at
Just
you.
take it.
Are you single?
Yeah,
You don't have a girlfriend yet.
extremely single.
Let's find you a girlfriend.
Let's find
Let's go.
ladies. I'm single.
He's single. He's a cowboy. He.
Yeah, I can. You ever been hogtied?
Okay, I would not start with that. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find somebody. You should have that on your. Do you have a Tinder profile?
Yeah.
Okay. No, don't be embarrassed. Everybody has Tinder profiles who are younger and dating. It'd be more embarrassing, like a 50-year-old, like, oh yeah, I got a Tinder. I'm on the Tinder.
Although, like, I'm really scared that if I like up my age settings, right, I might find my mom on Tinder.
What? Oh no.
Because my mom is single, right?
Oh no.
I'm just so worried.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
like,
Tell your mom, look.
because I seen her on Snapchat, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Linda? Like, no.
Yeah.
You're a grandma, no. Stop.
But you should have that on Tinder as one of your things. Cowboy Kasey, I can hog tie you, ladies. I know how to hog tie. What else was I gonna ask you about? Okay, so you're single. Did I hear this right the other night? Are you a virgin? What do you mean, shush? No, dude.
Yeah,
No,
I'm a virgin,
dude.
yeah.
You gotta hold that out, man. You
Yeah.
gotta wait till you're semi-famous and like
And
fucking
sell it.
and just sell that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's hardly any guys that are virgin.
Yeah, but, like, it's harder, like, I don't know, like, if it's not necessarily harder to prove if a guy's a virgin than a female, but, like, there's no, like, value unless you're famous for your virginity,
No,
right?
there's plenty. There's virgin reapers that are women.
Where are they at?
We gotta announce that you're a virgin.
Hey,
Yeah, it tells people you're a virgin, man.
reapers.
Look, we can put it. You can place bets for the highest bidders to take your virginity.
Exactly.
Highest bidder, and of course you gotta be semi-attractive or whatever you want.
Shit, depending on the price, I don't give a fuck. Not like I'm gonna last long anyways.
we can totally make some money off this. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna fucking do an auction on your dick. But like,
I'm gonna feel like Django or something. Like, just
but like, uh-oh. Sorry about that.
yeah, it's fine.
But like, okay, so obviously you've been a virgin. How old are you? 20?
20. I've
Wait,
a
when
virgin
you turn
for 20
21?
years. April 25th, 2020. That's a Saturday. Y'all wanna do something? Buy me shots. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. We're totally taking you somewhere. Can I take you to a titty bar?
Dude, honestly,
No?
you gotta get in line because like
Everybody
I've been
wants to take
sober
you
for the past 20 years,
Yeah.
so I haven't smoked weed. I don't drink,
Uh-huh.
but everybody wants to get me fucked up on my 21st birthday.
Well, I mean, I don't have to get you drunk, but I want to get you some titties in your face. That's what I want to do. So if we go to the titty bar,
Like we still got time to play. Like maybe I can just plan like just a all day, like of just getting shit faced. But like I don't know. Like I don't want to start too early. It's like although
I would say, okay, here's what we could do, or here's what you can start off because I might not be around in the beginning. It's a Saturday. You start off with a good breakfast, right?
with mimosas,
With mimosas, sure, whatever.
but I get fucked up right away. I don't have a tolerance.
Okay, I wouldn't.
I'm a big guy, but I don't have a tolerance.
Well, I mean, you've never drank, so I would. Okay, if you're gonna have breakfast, I would start off with one mimosa, right, for breakfast. Get the feel of it. Get a little feeling. The food's gonna slow it down, so you're gonna drink it. Maybe two, because depending on how they make the mimosa, some of them aren't that great. I mean, strong. Some of them are lighter. And then like kind of do something active during the day, and maybe take like one edible, so that you're like kind of high. But let's just say you go to not like. Nothing that will make you tired at night, but something like kind of go do something, spend time with some friends, hang out. Maybe like a pool party, like a smaller pool party. Just have people come over. Pool's fun. You're not exerting yourself too much. You're outside for a little bit. You're high on a gummy or two. I would take two, but that's me. I would for you it's like half. Just probably like half. Yeah, do half, and then another half when you start coming down a little bit. And by this time, it's probably going to be already 5, maybe 6. Okay, we'd probably have like a barbecue for while we're at the pool party, so you can have your second meal right afterwards. Then after that, okay, let's hit up some clubs. Of course, we're not going to go to the regular clubs because you can go to that whenever you want. Let's go get you some titties. We'll start off like around probably like 8 or 9 would be a good time to get out to like certain places in Dallas. You can get to like well, first of all, we're gonna stop by we'll stop by Bliss, which is a sex toy shop. We're gonna buy you some sex toy stuff that you can wear on you for your 21st birthday. This is gonna be fun. You're gonna be walking around with. We're gonna get you some stuff. We'll figure out what we can do when we get there, but we'll get you some sex toy stuff, like for you to put on or whatever. You know how like those brides wait. You're all like thinking. I see the look in your face. You're like,
what did I get into?
No, it'll be fun.
I party, but like
it'll be
party.
fun. It'll be
like it sounds like fun, but just that's a party.
And then like we'll go to one strip club, and then we'll have like a fancy get you a couple of lap dances. We'll go to a different strip club. I'd say probably maybe like 2 or 3 strip clubs, and at the end of the night end up at probably the most popular one here, Club Ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
End up there. And they're all BYOB, so we're gonna be bringing our own drinks. I would prefer to keep an eye on how much you're drinking. I want you to have a good time, but I don't want to make sure you don't get like shit faced before the end of the night. So and I'm pretty good at stuff like that,
So like with me though, like so I said I don't drink, but like I've taken shots in the past. Like I've had alcohol. So like, but I gotta like be in a good state of mind to take a shot. Like so my sisters used to always give me alcohol, like, New Year's, little shot, like, baby shot.
Yeah.
Taste alcohol, whatever. And then, but recently, like, I guess in the past year or so, when I quit my job at Church Supply, we went to Red River, which was a ladies' night, and one of my friends bought me a shot, so I took the shot.
Okay.
So I was feeling good, and I was having fun.
Yeah, that's how we'd want to do it. Take it slow, take a couple of shots, nothing too extravagant. Maybe... Probably like the last spot, if we end up anywhere the last spot, then maybe you could be like, okay, it's time to take 2 shots in this party, take 2 shots, and then after that, chill for a little while. You're gonna be feeling great. You're gonna have titties in your face. You have big old booty. Are you a tits or ass guy?
Man.
Ass guy. We're gonna get big ass asses. They have chicks with their huge asses.
I don't trust titties, man.
You don't trust titties?
Are you a titty man?
I'm either or.
Okay.
Like, if she doesn't have an ass, then she better have nice titties. If she doesn't have nice titties, then she better have an ass.
Okay, because I'm not a titty man. I don't trust titty men.
Or if she doesn't have either, then at least have a nice slender body.
Okay.
Nice, sexy, slender body. So I'm not too particularly favored of any of it. Just like I am with races. Like, I don't really particularly have a race, but I'll crave a race. Like,
I feel that.
One day I'll crave, like, or not one day, but like, I'll be craving a black girl if I haven't had sex with a black girl for a while, or like like maybe like a tan blonde type of chick, or a Hispanic chick. Not really that much Hispanics.
I feel that because I don't like black girls either.
You don't like black girls?
I don't really like black girls.
No.
My sisters ruin that shit for me.
Yeah, I can see how that would ruin. Like, you see that, and then you if you try talking to a black girl, just kind of like she talks to you, like any kind of like talking, like if she starts getting upset with you, it'll like bring you back to like your sisters or your mom yelling at you. It's like,
was like, I already did my time. I did 20 years. I'm still doing time with my sisters and my mom.
Like, I know that personality too well.
Like, let's adventure.
I think for me it's because my first serious girlfriend, I dated for like off and on for 6 years, and that kind of like took the Latino aspect out of me. I'm like, because when I grew up in Iowa, so I had nothing but white girls, and a couple of black girls there. But for the most part, it was white girls. And I never actually dated them, so we just kind of fooled around. So I got that enjoyment. I was like, okay, I like this aspect. And then when I dated a Hispanic chick, it was like, I shouldn't have dated a Hispanic chick. Not that I shouldn't have dated a Hispanic chick, I just shouldn't have dated to begin with.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready to be dating. And I kind of guilt tripped myself into that relationship.
So my brother, I have 5 siblings, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm an older brother, right? I'm the youngest of 5.
Oh.
My
You're the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Oh, that's why you got that baby face, man.
Yeah. So my brother's like 30, pushing 40. And I have another sister that's 30, pushing 40.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a 30-year-old, which my birthday's April 25th. Her birthday's April 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and then I have another sister's like 26. And my brother married a Chinese woman.
Oh shit!
Right. And so they have like little Kunjab babies running around, and
is she Japanese or are you
no,
just
she's
stereotyping?
Chinese. I just don't ever like to call them by the right stereotype.
God damn, Kunjab.
And my sister married a Latino woman, right? And so that means I don't have to pay for tamales around Christmas time, which is great.
I'm probably not gonna eat any of this on the podcast, but I haven't had breakfast yet.
Neither have I. But and then so like I was like, nah, I just gotta bring a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want my kids' cousins, like they're all gonna be mixed. Like there's not gonna be like a generation of like pure black kids. Well, my sister's gonna marry a black guy. Like that's the only thing that can deal with her is a black dude. Like I don't think there's anybody other than a black dude out there strong enough to deal with my younger sister. Well, my older, but like the youngest of the older sisters. Yeah, and so like we're gonna have like little half white and black kids and half black and Chinese kids and half Mexican and black kids and just niggas.
That'll be I feel like that's kind of fun, you know? Like you get a little bit of everybody, but like everybody's still black.
Yeah.
So obviously,
so everybody can say the N-word.
Right,
without getting offended.
N-word's gonna be dropped all the time, but like somebody will say cracker, and then one guy will get, hey, man, come on, take it easy. And then one guy will say the gooks, and they'll be like, hey, come on, man. But no, it'll be everybody, like all of them just fucking around, and that sounds like a
good way.
That sounds like racism. A really great show.
That actually does.
Also sounds like a really great family potluck.
Like a family
potluck.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm just gonna want to eat the black and white guy's food. Right now, you don't season his food.
Yeah, it's kale seasoned like spinach.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Do you do a joke like that? Anything like that where white people don't season their food type of thing?
Nah, cause like
I heard somebody say it, but I don't remember.
So I fuck with the country white people, yo, and like so country white people niggas like they're so similar, and like what they do in life and like just their aspect in life, and I don't understand how there's racism, cause like white people, like country white people love fried chicken. Right?
Yeah,
you can't fry chicken without seasoning. That's just
they call it country fried chicken.
Yeah, exactly.
They love that
like
shit.
Yeah, and like they like sweet tea with like shit ton of sugar. Niggas like Kool-Aid with a shit ton of sugar. It's just the same thing, just done differently. And it's like, it's just.
That's an interesting way of seeing it. That's maybe you can bring the two together.
Yeah, it's like we do the same exact thing. We just do it a little bit different. Like when the niggas go out and buy a Crown Vic, what do they put 20s on it? Right? Yeah. White people go out and buy trucks where they put 20s on it.
20s on it?
Yeah,
lift it up in 20s.
Exactly.
I mean, do you see those hood rides now, like the Lincoln cars and the old ones? What they're on 20s? They're lifted. Yeah. They're like high above their fucking mini trucks.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, why are you?
I even see fucking the pulley. What are those things called? The pull.
The winch.
The winches. I even see winches on them. Like, what the hell are you pulling with that?
What on like a Lincoln?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I've seen them in Fort Worth like that.
What the hell?
They'll have the winch.
The winch?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The gooseneck.
Attachment on the hood. Yeah, this is what I used to haul cattle. I can fit them.
Yeah, man. That's funny. That's hilarious. Let's talk more about your comedy. We got to know your cowboy the entourage, or not entourage, but the persona you have. Are you so? Are you gonna like continue doing that because that's just how you are? That's just who you are.
I feel like I feel like I would, because I don't know. It's just I feel like I'm funny with and without that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
I don't think you have to wear the hat necessarily, but like the whole button ups, you still have that country vibe when you get on stage. I mean, the only time.
But the hat just pronounces it.
Oh yeah, the hat and then the what is that
the
thing?
bolo tie.
The bolo tie.
Yeah. I should wear my Attack on Titan bolo tie today.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You have Attack on Titan. I didn't know they made that.
They don't. I made it myself.
Oh, you made it yourself?
Yeah.
How did you do that? Just a pin?
My ex, she was in Attack on Titan. She got me an Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
knew that was Attack on Titan.
we bought matching necklaces, right?
Yeah.
And my string broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we broke up years ago, and I just kept the pendant because it's a nice Attack on Titan
Yeah.
pendant. And I was looking on Amazon for bolo ties, and it was like a do-it-yourself bolo tie, so it just sends the clip, and you glue whatever the fuck you want on it.
Yeah.
And I bought it, and I put that on it.
Fuck
I
yeah.
was like, dude, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. Because it looks Native American,
Mm-hmm.
right? For people that don't know what Attack on Titan is, and for people that knows Attack on Titan, you're like,
That's cool. Yeah, the fact that you had to make it yourself makes it even better. So you're into anime a little bit?
Mhm.
What kind of anime?
So Attack on Titan, obviously, and I don't know. I like Magi
Mm-hmm.
and Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
And some other ones.
More like adventure type of anime.
And Naruto.
I love
I
Naruto.
fucked with Naruto.
I didn't really like the first saga, the regular one. Shippuden is where I really got more into.
I watched one of the only reason why I have Hulu account is for Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I watched all the episodes on Netflix and then it ended, and then I started watching it.
Where's that noise coming from?
I don't know. It's rain.
That wasn't you, right?
That was fun.
I don't know. I mean, I could hear something. Was that you?
Sorry, yeah.
You have headphones on. How can we hear that so clearly?
Probably because of the beats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
don't like beats.
No? I thought they were supposed to keep the sound in.
Nah, dude, they're just loud for no reason. Like, the bass is good. I'm like, yeah, but in order to hear the bass, it's gotta be super loud.
This one doesn't got bass. This one's the solo ones. Like, it's more fucking, what's it called?
Treble.
Yeah, I hear more the sounds and the things in the
What's the point of having headphones if you don't have bass? What's the point of listening to music if you don't listen to bass? What's the point of life without bass?
I heard
I don't like
that
bass.
you can take the Dr. Dre. Hey, lower
You
that
don't like
down.
bass?
Man. I heard that you can take those apart
trust you.
and like I heard you can take those apart and it'll still have like the same parts just like as any other regular headphones.
Yeah, like it's just people don't understand. You're just paying for the brand.
Yeah, Dre put his name on it.
They are cheaply made.
They're like they cost about the same amount as any other headphones to make.
Yeah.
I don't knock it. Okay, you got them free. All right.
Oh yeah, for
You
the
don't have
free
to pay for
whatever.
it. I never buy Beats. I've bought Beats before. I never pay for them ever again. My
You hear
favorite.
that, Beats? You're not gonna be a sponsor.
My favorite.
Unless you pay me, then I would say all the great things about you.
My favorite pair of headphones I've ever bought is a Walmart brand called Anchor.
Mhm.
Right, dude, they're super bassy. Like I wear them at work, dude. Like, and they last 24 hours.
Oh
Just
yeah.
rechargeable 24 hours.
Charge?
Like yeah, and it's just a neckband and
Yeah.
the earbuds. Best headsets I've ever bought.
Wow, maybe I should look into those because I have some I use to the gym, but they'll last maybe 6 months and they'll break. Just stop working.
They're $50.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're good. My
They're good?
coworker actually has one. And he's like, yeah, I bought mine like 2 years ago. He still has the same pair. I just had to buy another one because my dog chewed
2 years.
Yeah.
That is long lasting. I should get some. Anyway, we're kind of getting
Comedy.
sidetracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, comedy. Let's talk about your comedy. How long have you been doing comedy for?
I've been doing comedy for a little over a year.
Dude, those are some fucking nice ass boots you got there.
Thank you.
Is that a real alligator?
Croc.
Who?
Crocodile.
Crocodile?
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't wear crocodile. I thought it was illegal to wear crocodile. You can wear crocodile?
It's legal to smoke weed, but people still do it. No, it's not legal to wear crocodile. It's just...
What? Dude, fucking crocodiles are huge. They're fucking huge. I went to the zoo one time. And I had no idea how big they really were until you're like right there. And I don't know if because the water made them look a little bit different, but the top part was even fucking... Those fucking animals are fucking scary as fuck, man.
So one of my favorite things about crocodiles is that they've kept the same style and shape since the prehistoric days.
Yeah,
that is the apex body. Like that, like them little scrawny arms and that fat body. Like it hasn't changed. They have not gone extinct. Like that is the apex.
Yeah, they've just
body
got
type.
a little smaller.
Yeah, but that's the apex. Like that's
they're
perfection.
doing something right. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that a crocodile actually will keep on living as long as it can get food and sustain its diet. But they'll keep on living. That they really don't die of old age. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know if that's true or not either.
But I heard, and if that is somewhat true, that means like
Why
they
don't
can
we
live forever.
Why don't we just take an alligator and feed him? Like just
I
keep
don't know.
feeding the motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure we do, but they get too big, and then I don't know if zoos can keep them for however big they
Then we
get.
ship them Area 51. Like, there's ways. If we really want to, there's ways to get around it.
Fucking huge.
Like
Scary
Placid.
ass Scary ass fucking- Did you hear Trump say he wanted to put alligators and snakes in a moat on the border? Did you hear him say that?
No.
He really said that, and he told people like, why can't we build a moat and throw alligators and snakes in there?
It's like, what do you think the Rio Grande is like? Why do we need to build another moat? Like, we got one.
It's like we're gonna build one on our side, and oh my god! And then I just heard like he said it, and then he was like, I never said alligators and snakes, and then they're like, yeah, you did.
I do not recall. I did not have sex.
I'm sorry. That's like a whole different thing right there, but like. That's just fucking silly. Not only that, I mean, why do you have to be so stereotypical? Alligators and snakes, like they're not gonna eat each other. You just throw them in there.
Well, not only that, but like Mexicans love crocodile snakes.
Yeah,
like
just gonna hunt them and turn.
They're gonna turn them into boots, purses, and
I've made this joke plenty of times that you can do whatever you want on that border, or put whatever you want. Mexicans are gonna find a way to use it and make a resource out of it.
Exactly.
You know, they took that barbed wire, and they stole the barbed wire, which is the fence. And they sold it to other people, and they had it around their house as a barrier from other people. It's like, and like one of my jokes was though, like where I feel like if we actually built a wall, like they would just use it as the back wall to like a nice high rise apartments.
Exactly.
And they it's like, oh well, we'll just use that.
Now we just need to build 3 walls.
Yes. And then we just need to build 3 walls, and we'll just like have all these condominiums right up against the border wall.
Yeah.
Oh man, I haven't used that joke in a long time.
I feel like kids would just use it to play like soccer, just practice soccer, bouncing the wall.
And what are they gonna do? We're
like,
on our side.
It's their side of the wall. Like we technically built half of it for us, and then we said Mexico's gonna pay for it. I was like,
oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I like that one president.
Then the Mexican president came and was like, I'm not fucking paying for that
Yeah,
wall.
I
He
like the
just
way he
straight up
said
said,
that.
I'm not fucking paying for
I
that
like
wall.
the way he said that. He said it's so cool. We're not paying for the fucking wall.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, nah, fuck that. Like, the fuck? It's like, I don't even want the wall. Why did I pay for it? Like,
just the way he said it, though, it's a fucking wall.
It's like, we'll build it. But we're not paying for it.
So, you've been doing comedy for how long, too?
About a little over a year.
A little over just a year?
Mm-hmm. So I started comedy as like a 19th birthday present to myself.
Yeah.
I bought a class at Dallas Comedy House, and my instructor Paulos, whatever, and I did that.
How'd that go?
It was decent. Like,
did you learn anything?
Yeah, I learned how to get into it,
yeah.
But like, kind of learned how to write jokes. But I'm not really a writing joke type person. I don't write my jokes out, and so
you should, man. You should.
And I should, but the first thing he told us in our first class was like, there's nothing I can teach you that an open mic crowd can't teach you. And then I was like, why the fuck did I pay $300 for you?
Yeah, I was like, why did I pay?
Why can't you just send me an open mic list? Like, that, I would have sent you $25 for an open mic list. Right? And so it's just like, I feel like it's a good way to get into comedy. And it gives you your first showcase after 6 weeks.
Yeah, I was about to say, the first time I saw you, it's been a while since the first time I saw you on a showcase. Like the first time I was with on a showcase with you, and it feels like it was longer than a year ago. It's only been a year.
It's only been over a year.
Wow.
Because I was looking back at my memories. My first showcase, Butch Lord showcase.
Mm-hmm. Which one was it?
It was in Plano. It was one of my best sets. I think it was like October time because I was working the state fair, and I had to take off early to go to get ready and stuff like that. And
Was that on that one?
That was like 11 months. No, I don't think you were in the scene yet. That was like last year in October.
Yeah, Yeah, because I remember.
Was I wearing a Sunset shirt?
I think. Well, you had your Attack on Titans pin on.
Bolo tie? Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because that was the first time I actually saw you.
But I always wear that. So like,
but it was the first time I saw you at a showcase.
Was I talking about my nigga chart?
I don't know, man. Because I know I've done Plano twice now, or maybe 3 times now. Showcases over there. But for the did you ever do Fort Worth or Dallas?
Yeah, I've done Fort Worth and Dallas.
Maybe it was the Fort Worth one, or did that? No,
because like I've done them all.
I don't know, but it just seems like it's been longer than that. Well, you're doing really good, man. Keep it up. God damn, keep grinding.
It's because I have a presence.
Keep the
That's
grind,
why. You
man.
see me weekly. That's why. I have a presence.
I'm glad. I like the atmosphere at Plano. You make it a lot comfortable. Fucking this guy, he pulls up in his truck, pulls out these lawn chairs. Not only are they lawn chairs, but they're like the rocking kind with a cup holder and everything. That's fucking fun. Even though they kind of they're not too keen on where you put them.
Yeah. So they were okay with us putting them on in front of the club, and then that one night we had a lot of college kids in there. And you know how they have the open mic in the foyer area? They would bring their alcohol outside because they thought it was like a patio type thing. And we would constantly tell them no alcohol out or whatever. Yeah. And they would just kind of like blow us off and like drink their alcohol, like throw it away and stuff like that. And then Micah just told us like, hey, don't put it in front of the club.
Yeah, I see.
So I understand. It's because I was like, yeah, I feel that. It's like you won't give people an excuse to bring alcohol out.
And it is very inviting to just go out there with a drink. I mean, people forget now, like, all the time not to go out there with a drink. They'll just be out there like, oh, no shit, look, get your ass in there.
Or, like, whenever I bring, like, my Dr. Pepper and stuff like that, I had to stop somebody from taking it inside, you know? Because I was like, fuck, where'd she take her drink? I was like, shit, I need to go get her. Because she went inside with it, and I was like, you can't have it here. So, okay.
So, like, so you've been in comedy for only a year. Any, like, what's, like, the most challenging aspect that you've learned and also the most thrilling aspect that you've seen out of doing comedy?
The most challenging aspect is just, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like I peaked around last year. My set-wise, like, showcases-wise and stuff like that. I think my best set that I've done so far was very early, kind of like early in my career. Right, and so now every time I do a showcase, I'm just trying to trump that, you know, just trying to be better than that showcase, so I can be like, all right, new best showcase, right? And but the only problem is just getting people there so I can get the time to do it, right? Because that was a 5-minute set. I can have a good 3-minute set, but like you can't really compare a 3-minute set to a 5-minute set. Just like you can't really compare a 5-minute set to a 7-minute set.
It just depends on how you bust out your jokes, really. Because if you do those 3 minutes and, like, they're all your best jokes, you can kill the 3 minutes.
But, like, it's also fun and, like, good to see somebody elaborate a joke, right?
Yeah,
and, like, I feel like you don't really have time in a 3-minute set to do a callback. But you can do one callback. Or you can do multiple callbacks in a 5-minute set, but, now I want to do, like, this scheme. Like, so I go back and I watch all of my showcases, right? And I want to, like, use all my jokes, right? And, like, form them, like, and put them in certain places. Now I'm just working on joke placement to make myself funnier.
Well, if that's what you want to do, how what are you doing to get on different shows?
So just asking more people, and like I don't know, a lot of people don't ask me, right? The only person that asked me was Michael McBride, and he puts on that True Love show out in Waco. Right?
Dude, you can't wait for people to. I've learned that too. You can't wait for people to ask you to be on their show. You have to actually ask them, and it sounds like you're fucking begging for a bone and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's really how it is, because these people have
a lot of people asking. Yeah.
They're doing all these shows, and they would feel. For one, I understand why they don't really ask people too much, because then they make it seem like they're kind of picking. Like they're being picky about who they want to come do the show, and then they're like, oh, if I don't ask them, they're gonna feel bad if I never ask them. Which is one thing I've learned about the podcast in general, like asking people to be on the podcast. like there'll be some times where I feel bad because I haven't asked certain people to be on the podcast, or like I'll even talk to somebody about the podcast, not know that the person in front of them is a comedian, and be like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't know you're a comedian. I would have asked you too, because I like to have everybody on here. Now, the one thing I will not do is once I ask the person if they want to be on the podcast and they say sure, and they don't ever like follow up on it, I'm not gonna ask them again.
Yeah.
Like, I've already asked you, I'm not gonna ask you again if you want to be on it, because there's plenty of people who want to be on it, and I'm not gonna be sitting here chasing after one person because you know, just because
it's pointless.
It's
like,
too pointless. I'm too busy to be sitting here asking everybody, begging people to be on the podcast. I don't need to do that. There's a lot of people who want to be on the podcast.
I feel like it's like I remember the first time we talked, you gave me your card, and you asked me, you told me about your podcast, and I was asking questions about it, and we didn't follow up on it.
Yeah.
And then, so like I didn't know harm, no foul. Like I was just curious, right? And I'm pretty sure if I said, hey, can we do it next week, or like, can I get it scheduled, you would have scheduled it. But I understood why you didn't chase after me. Like it didn't hurt my feelings. But and then we hooked up at like, that sounds gay. We connected at a not Crafted Growlers, fucking Ross and Hall. And then like we revisit the idea.
We talked about it,
and then we actually got one scheduled.
Yeah, so that's what I like about it. Like if I'm talking about it or something else, and people hear it, they're like, oh yeah, you did ask me. So hey, let's want to actually sit down and plan it out. That's cool.
I feel like actually getting that date just it solidifies.
There's certain people who will like be like, hey man, I want to be on a podcast, and I'm like, okay, cool, let's set up a date. And they're like, yeah, we'll talk about it more later. I was like, okay, we'll talk about it more later. And then they come back later on, like, hey, what's up with the podcast? Like, well, let's set up a date. Like, okay, well, I'll figure something out. Like, all right then, well, there you go again.
Because like we've had this plan for like a month.
Yeah. I have scheduled. I mean, I gotta be on top of that. I gotta be ahead. No. I'm booked all of October already.
I understand.
November will be. I have one person so far in November, but actually no, two, because Matt McLahone and John Brown, they're gonna go do a show somewhere, and I was talking to Matt about if he wants to come back after that. So he's gonna come back after we do the show, after he does his show, and we're gonna have a podcast in November for that one. So I don't have a specific date, but we'll figure something out. I know when they realize when they're going, but I'm just babbling now about podcasts. Dude, we keep getting sidetracked. See, and you're like, what are we gonna talk about? I don't know what we're gonna talk about. Like, dude, I always fight. We figure something out to talk about.
We're comedians.
Have you got hitting on by any older ladies? I feel like you'd have that look where older ladies want to take a chunk out of you. Yeah, older, kind of drunk, kind of buzzing older ladies. Yeah. Like, hey there. I don't know. I just feel like they'd love you. You got that personality. Well, you don't like that. Come on, dude.
They don't have that tight cougar body. They just got that older woman body. It's different. From being like a cougar body to like just an older lady body.
Yeah, kind of. But I mean, when they're cougars,
I was like, damn, you look like a
I think you're thinking cougar like late 30s, maybe early 40s type of cougar, and these were like probably late 40s, maybe early 50s cougar.
Hell, dude, but even in like if she's 50 and she looks good, I'd probably fuck. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
like Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
She's fucking gorgeous, man.
Exactly.
I don't know how
she looks 30.
Yeah, she's like, I think she's like 40 something.
And don't she got like kids? Like,
I don't know. Did you ever hear her talk about that problem she has where her nipples are always hard?
That's not a problem.
It's not for us.
That's not a problem.
Fucking great. That's why her nipples were always showing in Friends.
Yeah.
Because she has it's actual medical condition.
Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah.
Like, yes, it couldn't have happened to a better girl. To a better woman to have that condition. Oh man. I'm trying to think like who would I not want to see have that condition? Like maybe the chick from Hillary Clinton. Just walking around in her pantsuit with just hard ass nipples. Oh man.
Sorry, my nipples actually swiping the screen. I deleted all those emails. Might be.
Oh man. Bill's a freak. Bill Clinton's a freak.
Poke me now with one of those goddamn things.
Do you have any impressions?
Nah.
The impression not your thing, or you just never?
Nah, I just never tried. I actually I was just fucking around last night, and I did an impression of Bernie Mac, and so I was like, "That's good." And I was like, "Don't mind me."
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah.
Do you record it?
Nah.
What?
I was just like,
Dude, record your set.
Somebody was like, no, I didn't do a set. It was just me sitting down in the chairs, and we were just talking, right? And then somebody was like, I want cookies, and I was like, you can't have no milk and cookies. Like, just doing like just Bernie Mac stuff. He was like, that sounds good, and I was like, eh. All right,
just try it again.
I think I was like, nobody knows that motherfucking. It's just like the way you said motherfucking made it sound like Bernie Mac, and I was like, you can't have no motherfucking milk and cookies. I don't know. Like, see, now I don't want to hear it.
Practice it every so often. Yeah. Just sit at home and just talk to your... who's that guy? He's got a bunch of voices. He was on SNL for the longest time. The guy from Wayne's World? The blondie. You ever see Wayne's World?
No.
Okay. He does a lot of voices. But he says the way he practices, he'll be at home and he'll just talk to himself. And... He'll talk to himself in the voices to practice and practice and practice. So, like, if he ever wanted to, I guess that's the way to do it. I'm not a big voices person either, because I laugh when I try doing it. I can't help but to giggle when I'm trying to do like an Arnold Schwarzenegger. I like when it's like what? But I'm not a big voice guy. I can do the gay voice really well just because I already have the stupid list.
I feel that, same way too.
I got the list. But
it's
now
like, I have a lot of
bass
in my voice, so it's like...
yeah. It's more softer, whatever. I don't know. But like with me, I'm not... The lisp helps a lot, though, because I have a fucking lisp, man. Stupid speech impediment.
I used to stutter as a child. I used to have a speech impediment. I had to go to like a separate class. I was kind of in special ed.
See, but you can get taught not to fucking stutter, but you can't get rid of your tongue. The size, I can't. I'm gonna be stuck with the list forever. What was that? Just cut it off?
Get a lip reduction.
No, it's
if you get a tit reduction, you get a lip. I don't know.
I don't know if you can. I never actually looked into that.
But nah, like so I used to have this problem with I would make my SHs sound like CKs, so my shush sounds would sound like cuss sounds. And I remember in preschool, we had like lunch and we put our dishes in the sink. And I went up to my teacher and I was like, I put my dick in the sink. And she was like, what? I was like, I put my dick in the sink. And she's like, show me. And I pointed at my dish. I was like, put my dick in the sink. And she called my mom and was like, yo, your kid's saying dick. He means dishes, but he's saying dick. We gotta get him to a special class to fix that.
To fix that speech impediment?
Yeah, speech impediment. I was just I couldn't make my SHs sound like SHs. They were always come out like CKs. So instead of fish, I would go fick.
Huh.
And I used to stutter really bad too.
Like really, really bad?
Like
I have that part of that joke where I say that I'm talking about gays and speech impediments and how they took that and like why couldn't they have taken stuttering?
Yeah. Stick your dick to dick.
Yeah, well, to me, like I knew this guy who had a stuttering problem, and he wouldn't stutter all the time, but like certain words, he would be like, and
come out,
and it would like take a little bit for him. So when I do that on stage, people laugh just because of the face I'm making, but maybe give me some pointers on if I'm doing a stuttering properly later on in the future when I do my sets like that. You see it, be like, that's not really how a stuttering works. I don't want to do it wrong. I want to get as close as possible as I can. But
I feel that. My dad beat it out of me.
Your dad beat it out of you? The stuttering?
My dad beat a lot out of me. I swear to you.
Why are you getting beat so bad? Were you a bad kid? Did you deserve to be spanked?
I'd say 98% of my spankings were self-inflicted. Because I did something stupid. And there's only like 2 instances where I say that I shouldn't have gotten whooped. One, my dad knows this too.
What did he whip you with?
A belt. And my dad's a police officer too, so he's like a big guy, right? Like kind of like ripped and shit like that. Like like I don't like nah. And anyways, just brutal. And one time my cousin came to live with us for a little bit, and we were playing around, and like I was young, I was like 8, and I was screaming like a girl. High pitched scream and stuff like that, and he's like, scream like a girl, we're gonna whoop your ass, right? Like, okay, so I wasn't screaming like a little girl, and then my cousin screamed like a little girl, and my dad comes to the room, grabs me, and whoops my ass, And then my sisters go, yeah, that was Jordan.
Oh, fuck that.
And then we went to Toys R Us and I got a toy. So
Oh, okay.
it's like,
See, your dad must have been pretty strict because I have 2 kids and yeah, I get that. My son would scream, right? And he screams out, but I don't say like don't scream like a girl. I just say hey, don't scream because I don't care who you're doing it like. I don't want the actual thing. So, like I'll just tell him stop screaming, stop yelling.
yeah.
But like I wouldn't spank him for that.
My dad's strict. Yeah.
I hardly ever had to spank my son. I think for the most part is when he was being, what's the word? When he kind of wants something and doesn't get it his way.
He throws a tantrum.
Yeah, he'd throw a tantrum. That's when I'd be like, okay, look, you gotta stop that, or I'm gonna spank you because you're sitting here and you're crying because you don't get your way.
Exactly. I'll give you.
Like I'll give you a reason to cry about. Like if you want to cry, I'll spank you, and you can cry about me hitting you. That's a legit reason. But you're sitting here crying because you didn't get the cereal that I wanted you to get or something like that. It's like no, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to you cry about that.
Yeah.
You know, pop you a little bit in the booty. But I always use my hand. I never had to resort to a belt.
But how does your son?
Well, he's 9 now, but
Oh.
this was when like probably between the ages of 3 and 5.
Yeah. So like you wouldn't. My dad didn't use a belt at that
Okay.
age. He just used his hand.
No. Now he's
Like-
he's 9 and he doesn't do anything bad. He's a pretty good kid for the most part. He's not mischievous. He doesn't want to like just grab stuff and crush. You know, there's some kids that just want to break shit.
Yeah.
He's not like that. He'd rather have it like, hey, can I play games for a little bit? Like, yeah, you can play games. And when he's playing games, he's jumping around and hopping up and down, not like all over the furniture, but just like in one spot. Just kind of.
I do that.
Okay, well, I
still
mean, I can't.
sometimes,
Be like, he's doing what he's doing, so.
He's into it.
Yeah, like he gets real into it.
Yeah, I used to be the same way. It's like when I was younger, dude, I would literally be playing like I don't know, like Halo, like
Yeah.
live or whatever. But like serious part Halo, I'm like this close to the TV, just my dad.
That's what he did. He would get up close to the TV, and I'd be like, Eisen, get on the couch, and he'd sit on the couch. But the reason why I couldn't get too mad at him for doing that is because he didn't even know he was doing it. Like he'd be on the couch and he's playing, he's moving around. Next thing you know, he's like 1 foot off, another foot off, and he's getting closer,
Your ass is off.
And I've even told him, I was like, Eisen, what are you doing? Get on the couch. He's like, I am on the couch. I was like, no, you're not. Look. He's like, oh, I'm not on the couch.
Who moved the couch?
So like, yeah. So I couldn't get too upset with him. I just had to keep saying, hey, get away from the TV. You're gonna go blind, boy. I don't even know if that's.
But
true.
that's it. Probably has. Like you're straining your eyes. You probably won't go blind, but you'll probably mess up your vision.
Maybe, yeah.
But
Probably like later on in life,
yeah,
like when
you'll
you're 50,
feel it.
your eyes
Yeah.
start hurting because of the light.
And then, but I don't know. As he gets older, he'll change. Cause like now it's like I don't get into it. Like I'm not as like. It's like they're
Yeah,
young,
I
they're
know,
seeing
he'll-
it, they're getting like into it, right? They're only being interactive and active and stuff like that. Like older people play video games, we're just chilling. Like from
I think it's because we're too fat to get up anymore.
and not that like sometimes, but when we get
Like,
serious,
oh,
we'll
yeah.
just go, we'll lean up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, like that. But we won't get up and to TV. Although sometimes I have like still gotten up, like
Yeah.
if I'm
Oh yeah.
like,
Do
on
what,
it, like
do
if
what
I'm on
games
like
do you
a 20
play?
kill streak, like I gotta stand up.
Are you a shooter game? Shooter
Yeah.
gamer?
I like first person shooters and real time strategy.
Fucking yeah. Fucking Fallout 4.
Dude.
I had to quit Fallout 4 because I started doing comedy, and I was still trying to play Fallout 4, and it just like
It's Fallout 4 real time strategy, or is it first person shooter?
it's
I think it's first person shooter, right?
I think it's a real time strategy. What's real time strategy? Is that like RPG?
Real time. Yeah. So like Halo Wars, Clash of Clans, Cities
Okay.
of Solar Empire, StarCraft. That's real time strategy.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it would be a first person shooter, but like a story mode, and not like a.
Yeah. So like even if it's an RPG, it's a free world.
Yeah, yeah.
First
It's
person
like
shooter.
that. So it's more of an
Like
RPG.
Destiny.
Yeah, like Destiny.
It's still it's a first person / third person shooter. 'Cause sometimes you go in third person, but like you choose your own. It's like an RPG first person shooter. I
Yeah.
still think it classifies as first person shooters. But
I
like
think so, too.
RPG is more like Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like they don't
I
have
like Final
guns,
Fantasy.
and it's like all 3D. Like not all 3D, but like all third person.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I had ever since I started doing comedy, I took gaming out of my life, and I barely watch TV as right now. I don't really have that much time to watch TV. If anything, I'll just put something for background noise because I'm constantly have things to do. I'm a grown up. I have bills to pay. I have to keep track of how much product I'm selling. The other stuff. And then shit. Where was I going with that? I don't know.
Anyways, back to
So, yeah, let's get back. See, that's what happens when I get a little bit of the hoo-ha in me. But it does help me talk a little bit more loose, depending on about stuff. So, you haven't taken any breaks from comedy, right? Just been going the whole time hardcore?
So, I did take a little hiatus whenever I quit my job and got to my new job. So, I used to work retail hours. Mm-hmm. So, at Tractor Supply, I would work Sunday morning.
Tractor Supply. You just can't get away from anything redneckish, huh?
Yeah. Well, now my job now is a little less redneckish.
Okay. What do you do now?
So, I'll explain it.
Okay.
But I used to work Sunday mornings, Monday nights, Tuesday nights, off Wednesday, work Thursday nights, off Friday, work Saturday nights. Mm-hmm. So I would hit up like five mics a week because I had the scheduling. So I would go to Craft and Growlers when I was around on Wednesdays, and I'll go to Hyenas on Wednesday, and I'll stay for a while. It's like I could, I'll host the last block because I didn't have to be at work until like 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock the next day. And then Thursdays I could never go out to Fort Worth. If Whippersnappers was around, I'd probably go to that one. But then Friday, I'd hit up Plano. Mm-hmm. And like Saturday, I would go to like the Armory whenever that was around. And then one night, Nostalgia, the one mic. Mm-hmm. And I was hitting up 5 mics a week.
That's still pretty good for having to work that much.
Yeah, I was working a full-time job, but now I work in Carrollton. I work at a company called Heads Up Technologies, and we make like LED screens, reading lights, and stuff like that for
blind people.
No,
reading
private jets.
Oh,
so I make pretty decent money.
That's cool.
And
how'd you get that?
A customer at Tractor Supply, a real good customer of mine.
Yeah.
He works there, right? And so he would come in Tractor Supply, and I would complain about my job. Mm-hmm. And then one day he was like, "Hey, my receiver's quitting."
Oh, well, that's cool. That's nice.
And he got me the job there.
See, people, it pays to treat other people like human beings. Come on now.
Exactly.
Fucking.
Although I don't know if I should say the company's name. I don't know if I have a job.
Man. I mean, it's fine. Why not? I mean. You're a pretty clean comic, so it's not like it's not like
how many F-bombs have we dropped right now? That's all I'm worried about, right?
Well, I mean, everybody says fuck, but I'm talking about like as far as like you say something that would get you fired from your job. I have said stuff that would probably get me fired from my job if my job looked into it. But like I could care less because it's just a regular job. No, you have not. No, the N-word. What? You're allowed to say that.
I guess I'm allowed. I'm like, it's my birthright, but
shit.
But should I say it though?
Oh,
one of those
man.
like I can say it, but should I? I say it because I can't.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can get away with it, and that job is a Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week plus overtime every now and then job, and
that's cool.
I have to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get there at 7 because it's in Carrollton and I live in Dallas. It's like a 45-minute commute every morning, and so
it's a long drive. But sometimes I guess it's.
But I make more money though.
Yeah, sometimes the money is worth the drive because I mean, even me, I drive 30 minutes to my job. Well, 20, 25 minutes. And I don't make great money, but I make pretty good money.
Yeah, for that drive.
Yeah, for that drive, it's pretty
I'm pretty
good.
sure if you had to like add an extra 30 minutes to that drive, you'd be making shit pay.
Yeah, I'd probably be like, you know what? I know I can find another job closer with that. That's not worth it.
Exactly.
I remember one time I worked at the Singular. Remember Singular?
Yeah,
the Singular warehouse.
Yeah. No, I don't remember the warehouse, but I remember Singular.
Yeah, they had a warehouse around here in like it's pretty far. It was probably about an hour away, almost an hour, maybe even Carrollton if it's that far. I'm not sure. But I was working there, and after like 2 weeks, I realized like I'm spending pretty much almost half my paycheck
on gas
just to get here.
Yeah.
Like this isn't worth it. It's like ended up quitting that job and found another fucking warehouse job closer by.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think about, getting my TABC license to work on the weekends as a bar back at somebody's bar, and so I can buy me like either a car or a motorcycle, so I can take that to Carrollton instead of my truck.
Yeah, you ridden motorcycles before?
No, I've rode in like little
RVs?
YZs, you know, like dirt bikes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty much the same concept.
But
then.
not on a road though.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was wondering because I was like, do you have any experience? I had a Honda. I had a Honda VTR 1000 before, and I learned how to ride on that, and that shit was scary. And I laid that bike down twice because I picked up too fast, and I almost ran into the car in front of me, and I had to hit the brakes really quick, and I just Well, one time was my fault. It was traffic, and we were going, and I just picked up too quickly because it's a VTR 1000, fucking 1000cc motor, and I picked up way too fast, and the car stopped in front of me, and I had to hit the brakes. But the other time wasn't my fault because I was on Cooper, and we're getting on the highway, and I wasn't riding the cars in front of me ass. I had a pretty good distance. But this RV decides to cut across all the lanes, even though he could have just making a left to still get on the highway the same way.
Yeah.
He cut across 3 lanes on Cooper to get into the curve side to exit, to get on the side ramp to get on the highway. And so he cuts off 2 cars, the 2 cars that are in front of me.
Had to brake.
And they braked really quick, and I had to brake. And it was either brake, hit the back of the car, or go into the grass. And I was like, if I go into the grass, I'm going to slide as soon as I hit that grass. Because those bikes do not have traction on grass.
I know. Yeah.
And I hit the brakes, and I laid down for a little bit. The bike skidded a little bit. But, I had these really big-ass rubber things that were steel that were on the frame of the bike. And they're meant to protect the bike from scratching all the way. But that time, I fell down hard enough to where one of them bent. The side of it bent, and the thing was fucking hard. But so that one technically wasn't my fault. But I love riding motorcycles, but goddamn, is it scary when you're like 80, going 80, 70, 80.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that shit was scary.
See, the thing about me is I don't care about my life.
Dude, don't say that, man. I want to hear about you dying 2 weeks after you got your bike.
So I'll be careful, right? This is how I view life. I'm never gonna kill myself. Mm-hmm. I'm never gonna do anything intentionally to kill myself.
Yeah, you'd be like.
But if I die, you just know I'm happy.
You'd be like the first black guy to ever commit suicide.
Yeah, that's not my MO.
Yeah,
I
don't do too many of those.
Speaking of that, black people doing shit that black privilege, right? Mm-hmm. I can go out and buy an AR-15 without people looking crazy at me.
No, yeah, you surely can. They'd be like, oh, no, he just wants that for protection.
Yeah, he just hunting hogs, or he just gonna shoot up other niggas with it, like.
Let him take
or the house, yeah.
That is true, man.
They gotta worry about me going to a school or a Walmart.
I can't buy one because they'll be like, oh no, MS-13's in the house. Even though MS-13's not Mexican. They're fucking Salvadorian. Yeah. So why are we building a wall from Mexico? Why don't we build a moat? Or not build a moat from Salvador? Why, they should be, I don't know, how would you do that?
You can't, you gotta go through so many other
No, here's what you do. You start branding the Salvadorians.
Oh.
If you're Salvadorian, brand them. Salvador. But fucking MS-13's fucking Salvadorians. They're not Mexicans. They're like Mexicans that actually hate them.
Yeah, but MS, what does it start with?
I know. I don't even know what the MS means. I've asked people what does MS mean? They're it's like
Mi Salvador.
It's like mucho Salvador, like a lot of Salvador pride or something. I don't know. They need to take that M out of there. Yeah. And the S.
Some people they can keep the S, Salvador. Right.
Nah.
People won't get it confused with Mexicans, at least.
Yeah, I guess so.
What are they?
It should be like SLD 13. Yeah. And why 13? Is that when you turn 13, you're automatically in the club? I'm asking you stuff beyond your expertise. Let's stick to the cowboy stuff.
I take my hat off for that one.
Oh man. Okay, so comedy for a year. You're gonna continue doing comedy for the rest of your life, probably. You better, man. I better not see you fucking slack off, man. I'll hit you up on Facebook. I'll find you.
So, speaking of that, we were talking about the hiatus. I was talking about my job. I had to take a break because I had to get back in the groove. Like I had new schedule with my job, and I had to like trying to see where I can fit comedy in.
Yeah.
And like I try to hit up the Wednesday mic at Hyenas a lot, but I hate asking Jacob to put me up early. Cause like he knows I have a job. I have to be to
That's
at 5 o'clock in the morning.
is he the manager at Hyenas in Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas Hyenas.
And I just hate like he'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate asking. I don't feel comfortable asking a lot.
I people have told me before to just ask Mercedes, and I'm barely now getting comfortable enough to where I feel like I might be able to ask Mercedes because they'll tell me like, well, if, you're there all the time, they know you're a real comic, I guess you can say that, because I'm not giving up or I'm not quitting. Like
like
people
once
like,
you put in your tenure, like I feel like after a year of like steadily going there, like I'd say in this past year, out of 52 weeks that we have in a year, I probably went to that mic at least 36, 40 times.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
as long as you're always going, they start to realize, oh, you actually are going to be coming in. Like, yeah, I mean, I'll do stuff for you, and then all showcases help a little bit because people know that you're doing comedy and what else helps. I guess that's what helps.
So like the only, I don't have to pay for Dr. Peppers at Dallas. I don't have to pay for Dr. Peppers at.
Oh, you and your Dr. Peppers. That's right. I was like thinking, why would?
But they charge me at Fort Worth because I don't ever go at Fort Worth.
Oh, I'll talk to John. Be like, John, don't charge this guy. Don't charge Cowboy Kasey.
For Dr. freaking Pepper. Yeah.
Are you going to Fort Worth more now? Or not yet?
No, I can't.
No, not yet.
I gotta be up at 5.
Oh, that's true.
And they like the commute out there versus it's just.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
gonna
right.
back and
Stick to
forth in
more,
gas. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's like if I get my motorcycle, that whole like tailgate thing might stop. Cause I might show up on a bike, just put my hat in a hat case and strap it to the back of my bike.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
Oh, we're gonna miss the.
Yeah, I know you.
But yeah, you'll bring it sooner or later. You can't always ride your bike.
I know.
Rain.
Yeah.
Oh, but
we
this
gonna
is
sit out there in
gonna
the
be
rain. I'll bring a canopy. Don't worry.
Oh man, that's cool. Have you had anything cool? Not cool, but like, what's the wildest thing that's happened since you've done comedy? Anything crazy?
I would say the wildest, right? But like, I don't know. This is something I think is stupid. I had a fangirl moment. So Chris Porter, I love Chris Porter in his comedy.
Yeah.
And
who's that? I don't think I know him.
Chris Porter. He's just a comic. I think he's from Kansas, right? And he does Ugly and Angry. He was on like The Last Comic Standing, I believe, and he comes to Dallas every now and then.
Yeah. And
the day I sold my cows, all day I'm trying to make sure I have enough time to get dressed and go to the Dallas Comedy Club or whatever. So I get home, get dressed, whatever, go to Dallas or whatever, watch his show. I paid to watch his show. I didn't have to pay to get in his show, but I paid for 2 tickets. Nobody else wanted to go, so I paid for 2 tickets and went to go watch his show.
By yourself?
Yeah, by myself.
Why'd you pay for 2 tickets?
Because I thought somebody was going to go with me, and nobody went with me. I was like, y'all bitches. Anyways.
Well, fucking next time, hit me up. Well, we're probably not going to do this again because you let her dress.
And then,
but I would have gone with you. Why not?
And so, we can get him for free. And so, I went, right, enjoyed the show, followed him on Instagram that day, and he got off stage, right, he's like, Kasey, right? I'm like, how do you know my name? He's like, because you followed me on Instagram. I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, it's just the fact that he remembered.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Did you tell him you're a comic and whatnot?
I think he knows, because my Instagram name is Cowboy Kasey.
Okay, that's... Well, I mean,
and, like, I seen him around. He knows I'm a comic. Because, like, Plano or whatever, I've seen him around. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm a comic. He may not know me, but he knows.
That's cool.
He sees a black guy in a cowboy, it's like, it's probably the same guy.
Yeah. Do you constantly post stuff about you doing comedy and whatnot? Like, do you, what's that word? Promote, yeah.
Advertise? Sometimes, like, whenever I have a showcase, I'll put out a showcase, whatever. I really want to start doing, like, sketch comedy. Or, like, not necessarily sketch comedy. What I really want to do, Rudy, is what I really want to do is, so Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? I kind of want to do something similar to that.
Yeah. Called,
like, Ride, Laugh, and Shoot. Where I take, like, local comics, like what you've been doing, and, like, go out to, like, the place I used to work at, ride horses for, like, an hour, just have somebody video it or whatever, like, I'm running a GoPro, they're running a GoPro, like, we're videoing and stuff like that, and we're talking, and then we go shoot guns, right, and we're talking still, and, like, I'm, like, showcasing guns and stuff like that, and then we just sit, like, and the chairs, the rocking chairs in the back of the truck, or like maybe on a boat in the pond or whatever, and just like drinking beers with Dr. Pepper and just talking, and then edit it and put it on YouTube weekly.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's
I don't. It looks like a lot to do weekly.
Mm-hmm.
You might not be able to fit all that in that time frame. Like if you don't have somebody helping you out with editing, if you don't have somebody working you out with certain things, of course, you know, the camera angles and whatnot. That sounds like a good idea. I'd probably shoot for like maybe twice a month, so you're not overexerting yourself. Yeah, because things are gonna get expensive. You know, bullets, keeping up with the guns, the horses, obviously.
I don't pay for the horses. I just pay for the guns.
Oh, okay. But that sounds cool. Like joke around. Let me see. The video part it's gonna be kind of difficult because, I guess you could do it 2 different segments. You can do a full audio, where people hear you discussing, you know, the whole trip. You know, you can obviously hear everything. But like video, I would do it to where like. You guys are like where you get angles where you're actually like talking to, like looking at each other, like you guys aren't on the horse or whatever. But like the video part where like you're just on the horse and people are like seeing first person view, people might have a hard time getting into that. So
yeah, but I was gonna see if I can get somebody else like either on horseback or to walk, or like in the or in the back of a truck, or like in the back of a Prius, something.
Oh, you want like a full on like somebody on the truck and videotaping you, everything steady. That's gonna be the expensive.
That's like years down the road. I think it's just nice to have the idea now, and then eventually just work towards it. Buying like stuff here or there, little stuff like buy a tripod tomorrow. Wait a month.
And you say you're taking hunting,
tomorrow.
right?
Huh?
Hunting?
You want to go hunting?
Is that what you're talking about though? Like you shoot. Are you shooting? Are you hunting or are you just shooting?
No, we're just shooting like across the pond at Target. Just shooting guns.
Oh,
just doing redneck shit.
Shoot across the pond at Target.
Just doing redneck.
Oh man, that is so redneck. We're just gonna shoot.
Yeah.
Shoot what? I don't know. Whatever's in the way.
Whatever the fuck you aim at. Like, just don't go above the pond. Don't go in. You can go into the pond. Like we don't care about fish. But like, try to see if you can make it across the pond.
I thought you meant like we're gonna go. Yeah, dude, that'd totally be easier to record. I thought you meant like you're gonna go. You'd be on horseback and you'd walk around. And hopefully you'd run into like a pig or something out in the wild and shoot that. I was like, dang, you're going on a whole hunting trip on camera? That sounds pretty cool.
Dude, but if we do, like, I would pop a pig, like, from the horseback.
Do you ever go hunting?
I've been hunting. I've never dropped anything, but I've been hunting.
What do you mean by drop anything?
Kill anything. Shoot anything.
Okay. Well, then you're not hunting. You're more like, I've gone looking.
Yeah, okay. So, like,
oh, sorry.
I've gone hunting. Have I hunted? Okay.
Have you shot anything? No.
No, I haven't. So like I just recently started with my old job I wasn't able to afford guns, and so I'd say earlier this year I bought me an AR-12.
Yeah.
12 gauge semi-automatic shotgun.
That's cool.
My friend was like, if you buy that we go hog hunting. So I bought it. He never took me hog hunting.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. We just kind of stopped talking.
Oh, that sucks.
Then I bought me an AR-15. 300 blackout. Love it, and then I bought me a 30-30 Marlin, lever action rifle.
I want to take up bow hunting, so I'd want to learn how to bow hunt. I'm not really that fond of the gun aspect, and I think part of it is because I have a fear that if I have a gun in the house and I get super depressed and want to take my own life, it's way easier with a gun than it would be with like a bow. Like you know. Like
you have to like use your toe and like no.
It's like it's too convenient.
I know
for that state of mind, and I don't feel like I'll ever get there. But then again, I don't know what my mind's gonna go through in the future. So it's probably better just not to have a gun in the house for me.
I thought you were about to say for your kids.
Well, I mean
that too.
But there's so many ways to prevent that. Like I wouldn't be stupid. I'd have it locked, of course, and then never have bullets in it. But
okay, so I think that's stupid.
What?
To not have it.
Not have bullets in it?
So you can have it locked, but not always. It should be locked up. Because if you need it, it should be ready to go.
Well, but I would have guns for hunting, not for.
Okay, like you have guns for. Oh, you want to have guns for house protection?
No.
Okay, all right.
No,
but I feel
I'm
like,
not gonna shoot.
Well, I feel like if you have a gun, you should have it for at least use it for both.
I
like somebody walks by my house, they getting shot.
I mean, I guess I would. I don't know if I'd want to shoot somebody. I think I'd rather stab them or choke them out. Maybe because I have so much confidence in my fighting skills, I feel like I'd be able to take that person down and choke them out if they didn't have a gun.
I have confidence in my fighting skills, but I'm not like.
If they had a gun, then it's who shoots first, and probably they're gonna shoot first because I'm the one who's all like asleep.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance. I'm just getting popped. Like I got a semi-automatic tailgate shotgun. Buckshot, slug, buckshot, slug, buckshot. I'm fucking everything up.
I heard that's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to do it. It's buckshot.
Actually it's birdshot.
Yeah,
so
birdshot.
Whenever you're loading, it should be like buckshot, birdshot, buckshot, birdshot, buckshot, birdshot, racket, and that's why your birdshot's first.
Mm-hmm.
And
like the birdshot, like a warning, right?
Yeah, the birdshot's not necessarily a warning. It just it ow. Like, it's not going to kill him, but it's like, what the... It's just hot BBs. Really.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's just hot BBs.
And then Dave Chappelle talked about it. And then buckshot, that'll fuck a man up. Like, that'll fuck anything.
Yeah,
they'll put a hole in anything you want
to.
So,
but why... Was Dave Chappelle right when he said that? That's because so you don't get like some kind of lawsuit or something?
No.
In trouble with the law?
No.
No, it's just how you're supposed to do it with people?
No, that's just a courtesy.
Oh, okay. That's just you being nice.
Yeah, that's just a courtesy.
So if I wanted to be an asshole and have nothing but buckshot, I could do that and not get in trouble with someone getting into my house.
They're in your house. Like, they're not supposed to be there. Like,
I don't know. I thought maybe you'd get in trouble if you shoot them right away and give them a buck, especially with a shotgun.
If they're in your house, you got your kids with you, you got your woman with you, and somebody in your house fumbling around.
You're allowed to just shoot the
pop, 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 pop. Like, nah, like, I mean, because there's recently, I don't know how recent this was, but 3 young African-American men, I think one Hispanic, so like 2 African-American, 1 Hispanic dude, ranging from the age of like 15, 16, 17. Real young men.
Yeah.
Broke into some guy's house shooting, and they're shooting, they all have guns.
Yeah.
Homeowner will sleep with his wife and his kids. He shoots all 3 of them, kills all 3 of them. Right? And a lot of people are like, is that overkill?
How is it that overkill?
No, it's not overkill. They're shooting at him. They shouldn't even been in the house. It's because they're young.
But they got guns.
Exactly. I'm like, if you're old enough to shoot at people, you're old enough to get shot. Like,
that kind of takes it out, man. What are you supposed to do?
Exactly. And it's like, he didn't know their age.
Yeah, it's not
like I'm not like fill out this questionnaire before you start shooting at me.
I think we're not video games where you walk out and we got numbers on top of our head.
Yeah, power level over 9,000. You're just getting shot today.
Yeah,
but that's the same thing with me though. Like somebody breaks into my house, I don't know what he got. I just know I better shoot first and not get shot.
Yeah,
it's like I don't have kids to protect. I got dogs. I love them, but I feel like they should be protecting me. Not the other way around, But like, no, like I don't want to die.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get capped in my own house because I was too afraid to shoot.
Okay.
And like I don't know, I feel like since my dad's a police officer, right? And they're notorious for shooting niggas.
Yes, they are.
And it's just he's like. You were him, pick. Like, you were him. Just pick.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I had a joke about cops kidding people, and it was like a Bill Cosby mix. I don't think you've ever heard it, because I haven't done it in so long. But it was like the joke was like every time a cop kills an innocent black guy, Bill Cosby rapes 5 white women.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little over the top, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it though. I might bring it back.
But I might bring it back. It's so funny. It's like being a cop's kid, right? And being black. It's like.
Yeah, my friend. You met Kian, right?
Yeah.
The black girl I hang out with sometimes. Her dad's a cop, or he was a cop, and then FBI something. I don't know.
Law enforcement.
Her dad's a cop, and she talks about how hard he was on her too, being the daughter of a cop. But then again, she talks about how she gets out of a lot of stuff because she's like, I'll just call my dad.
Exactly. But like I'm just saying, like my views are
can
like.
you do that too, or?
So my dad's very kind of like a high rank in Dallas,
Mhm.
right? And a lot of people either A love him or
Mhm.
B hate him.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not gonna bring up his name on
Mhm.
a quarter flip of a chance of
On a
getting
coin
out of the
toss,
ticket.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like I'm just gonna get out of it for myself. I'm just gonna put the cowboy hat on, put the charm on,
Mhm.
make him laugh a little bit, lie a little bit, and get out of a ticket. I've been put over 6 times.
God damn.
Not once have I been shot,
Mhm.
tased, and or gotten a ticket.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
like-
I feel like I know people get shot for no reason or for not great reasons because and it can be very confusing to follow the cops' orders when they tell you one thing and then follow up with another thing. I know one problem was where the guy was like, he's like, can you pull out? Let me see your driver's your ID.
That was
And the guy was all like, okay, I'm pulling my ID out, but I'm gonna let you know I'm licensed to carry. And the cop was all like, what are you reaching for? It's like, you told me to pull out my ID.
I know, but he shouldn't have said that. Cause like, so I understand.
He shouldn't have said what? That he's
I understand.
licensed?
Yeah, I understand why the guy told him his license carry. You want to be full transparency. I do have a gun in the car. I'm letting you know that I'm not gonna use it. But I feel like since he said that, it's in a cop's mind, it's like gun related things.
Mhm.
And then he's reaching for a hotspot. That's what. So like a hotspot is, in a police term, is where a weapon can hide.
Mhm.
So like a hotspot on a human is the waistband, armpit,
Mhm.
boot, leg, and stuff like that. Hotspot in a car is in between the seat, glove box, forward a little bit, and that's hotspots in cars. And so a lot of people keep their insurance and registration in their glove box, but also a lot of people keep their guns there too.
Mhm.
So it's like he told him to get his license and registration.
Mhm.
In his mind, he knows he's getting his license and registration, but as a cop, he's like, "Fuck, he's going for a gun."
Uh-huh.
I think that was a genuine accident. That shooting incident,
Yeah.
genuine accident. He didn't mean to, just training kicked in, and
Yeah.
just it's second nature at that point.
Do you feel like here's one thing I've come up with and I've talked it before with another comic on the podcast, and I'm sorry people, I'm gonna repeat myself. I've came up with this idea of, and I don't even know if I'm the only one here, but like where people like actually when you get out of high school, Korea has it to where you have to serve 2 years before you turn like 20 or 22. You have to serve 2 years in their army. And I was thinking, like, why don't we have something like that here where instead of serving time in the army, we have to go through police academy when we get out of high school. And yeah, before we turn 20 or 22, we have to go through police academy to be trained like a police officer, but not be a police officer.
Yeah.
But so we're on the same page
Yeah.
of what the rules are and what
Yeah.
not to do when we're with police officers. And I feel like it would give us more respect for what they go through to be a police officer, and it'd probably make more police officers who are actually good, who want to be police officers.
So I was in a program. My dad made me actually be in this program.
Mhm.
He's like, "You're going to the first meeting, but if you don't like you, you're gonna go after it." It's called the Dallas Police Explorers,
Mhm.
and a lot of cities they have like same things like Waxahachie Police Explorers, San Antonio Police Explorers. Like, so it's like JROTC but for police.
Mhm.
Right, so like I wore a gun belt with a plastic gun in it, and like we trained in scenarios and stuff like that. We kind of like went through police tactics and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So that's where I get a lot of my knowledge from,
Mhm.
is from being in that program. Like I understand whenever I get pulled over, I just keep my hand on the steering wheel. It's like I know that it's like
Mhm.
it's not threatening, and like before the cops even gets out of his car, I already get my wallet.
Mhm.
Like yeah, I'm moving around. That seemed like as suspicious or whatever. But I'm getting my wallet out, getting my ID out. It's gonna be in my hand when he gets there. So all I have to do is just that.
Mhm.
And I used to carry my insurance in my glove box.
Mhm.
Granted, I was 19 at the time. I'm not 21. I'm not even old enough to buy a handgun. But that doesn't matter because people will still have handguns.
Yeah, yeah.
But I would tell them like, my insurance is in my glove box, and they can run your insurance through your license
Yeah, they
plate.
do. They do. They just want you.
And
to
a lot of
answer.
cops, I'll tell that, right? And they'll just run my insurance to my license plate. And I'll say that because my insurance card was expired.
Mhm.
Still had insurance, my card was just expired.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I told one cop that, and he just ran it through my license plate. And I told another cop in Plano, after, After a showcase in Plano, I was in my regular cab forward, right? Two white girls. I was driving back to Fort Worth, dropped them off, and I pulled over into a Chuck E. Cheese, got on my phone to type in their house address.
Yeah, their address.
So I'm not driving and typing, so I don't get pulled over for driving and typing. And I pulled in right next to an officer, right? He gets in his car. I drive off. He's following me. I make that right. I hit the curb a little bit because I'm nervous. And he follows me, and I make a wider right, not to the right lane, because I have to turn left immediately. So I turn the middle lane, put on my blinker, go left. He put on his blinker. I'm like, fuck out. I'm getting pulled over, y'all. And they're like, don't say that. What would you say? It's like, you haven't done anything wrong yet. I was like, he's following me. I'm getting pulled over. And then before I could even turn left, he turned on his lights. I was like, see, told y'all.
So what do you say was the reason for pulling you over?
He really just wanted to know why I had two white girls in my truck. Like, he didn't tell me that. Like, that's why he pulled me over. But he said, you made a wide right turn. Because whenever you turn a right, you're supposed to turn right into the right lane.
Yeah, you're supposed to turn into the right lane. Yeah.
But nobody pulls anybody over for not turning in the right lane.
I got pulled over for that the last time I got pulled over, like 2 years ago.
Whenever you get put over for a little shit like that, they just want to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
They just want to see, like, they want to see...
See what else they can find on top of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because if they find something bigger, they're just going to... That little wide turn would be dismissed, and the bigger thing takes priority.
Exactly. It's like, I just feel like he was trying to see why I had two white girls in my truck. That is, it's like, yeah, I'd be curious too. What is this nigga doing with two white girls? Like,
I mean,
it's none of his
one
goddamn
white
business.
girl, maybe one small, childish looking white girl. Okay, something's up. But like two white girls, they're all right.
Exactly.
They can do what they did.
I know.
There are two of them.
And they're 18 and up. Like, it's like.
Anyway. And obviously, you're gonna be the driver because
it's my truck.
Your truck, and frankly, I don't. This sounds sexist or maybe misogynistic, but like I don't feel comfortable when a woman is driving. If I can drive, because women drive so bad sometimes, and I feel more comfortable being the driver.
I don't know. It's like I feel more comfortable being a driver because I feel like that's. Let's hop in my truck. I'll drive.
Yeah, because if I'm the passenger, the whole time I'm worried about what's happening.
Exactly. And I'm like, see, you'll just be over there on your phone, oblivious.
Yeah, if a girl,
just like
passenger,
you would be if you're driving.
If a girl's a passenger, they're just hanging out all comfortable. Like they'll put her feet up and then
exactly
prop their feet up, get on their phone, take off their bra, change shirts. I've seen that before. But like if a guy is in the passenger and the girl's driving, he's just like,
fuck. Did I write my will today? Fuck. Did I text my mom I love her? just like little shit like that.
Yeah, you hit the curb with that turn. Oh yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Dude. Hey, you know this knob right here? It's called a fucking blinker.
Yes. But I've noticed that and a girl will hit a curb and be like, oh, it's nothing, because she's so used to it. You're not supposed to hit curbs on every turn. And if I hit a curb, I'm like, God damn it, I hit the curb that time. It's not like, oh, yeah, it happens all the time.
So, like, when I hit curbs, I'm like, oh, fuck, I hit a curb. I was like, but I got a truck, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I got a truck.
That's what I want a truck for, because I like that. I used to have a Jeep Liberty.
Yeah.
Which is not a full truck, but it's still pretty up high.
But it's that clearance, though.
Yeah, I could go over curbs if I wanted to.
It's like, I remember one time I did a U-turn, and it was a narrow road, and I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm going on the sidewalk and into the grass. I just, boop, 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 boop.
Right?
And my friend was like, you really gonna do that? And I was like, why the fuck not?
Really? I mean, it's not completely illegal, but
it's like, but who's here to stop me? Like,
yeah, and if it doesn't cause any damage to your vehicle, that's what it's kind of meant for.
I was like, I hit potholes worse than this. Like, it's fine. And
yeah, I can't hit potholes in my car. Every time I do, I'm like, fuck! There goes my rim.
That a dip?
Yeah.
Right over here. I kind of hit that too hard. I kind of knew. I saw it and I was like, it doesn't look that bad. And my front tires went in. I was like, fuck! And it's just like, dude, like I had to boom, boom, boom. And my chairs did stop rattling for a while.
Yeah.
Dude. I was like, fuck, that sounds so bad. I was like, it's just my chairs.
Oh yeah. Did you actually hit the bottom of the truck or just
no? I hit the bottom of the truck. I just hit it hard.
Yeah. Okay.
I
the shock took place before you could hit the actual car.
Yeah.
Truck.
I didn't bottom out, which I'm glad. I was like, fuck.
Dude, how do we get into this conversation?
I don't know how we got on this tangent. We got so far off.
I know. I'm trying to remember what we were originally talking about.
So let's backtrack.
Anyway, well, we got it's almost 1. I know you got a long drive. We'll do like another 5 minutes because I have to pee like a motherfucker. Yeah. I don't want to leave you by yourself. I can hold on till we're done. I do this thing where I call hold on, my eyes itchy. From where I called Conan O'Brien's podcast, and I have the guests ask him a question. Do you want to try that out, or do you think you can come up with something? You would ask Conan O'Brien? Nah. You can't think of anything?
I can't think of anything.
No. I don't know. Okay. Well, man, if you can't think of anything on the spot, that's fine. I don't have to do it with every comic. I like to do it. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it also depends on whether or not the comic even knows Conan O'Brien that much.
Yeah. See, I barely know. Like, I know the name. I know he's redhead.
You've never seen it? You've never seen his show? You should look it up. Look up some of his skits because he's had some. The writers that he would work with to do some of his comedy were like really fucking great writers. And he has some funny skits where he has a guy who does a bunch of voices. I think who is that guy? I'm not sure who it is. I should probably look it up. Anyway, but yeah, if you ever get a chance, look it up. It's one of the funnier talk show hosts because Conan kind of like he would give him more. He's more open to what they want. The comics would write for him as skits. You know, he's more open to it. He has a masturbating bear skit.
Yeah.
He one of his skits was like, do we, we're running low on the budget, people aren't really, we have to cut back. He's like, do we get rid of the little old granny? She's been working here with NBC for 50 years, and they show this little old lady like, yeah, I've been here, and they're like, or do we get rid of the masturbating bear? And the bear will come out, and like, it has like a sock that hangs down. I don't know why, but like they play the music. The music is him like on you know that circus clown, that circus music, and the audience gets to pick. It's like, who do we? And like that being a skit alone is so weird. Yeah, it's like, who thought about that?
It's like, why do you have a masturbating bear?
Yeah. It's like, and Conan's just like, I don't know.
I mean, how's that not an obvious answer?
Of course. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Get rid of their grandma.
Of course they're like, and the audience picks, get rid of the grandma. And they're like, okay, I'm sorry, Granny, you're fired. She's like, oh no, my pension. And they walk her. They walk her out in security guards or whatever. Oh man, and then so the skits that he makes are fucking hilarious. When he knows when one of them's stupid, he's just like. So if you're ever get a chance, just look up little skits of Conan O'Brien. His humor is pretty hilarious. Probably one of my favorite late night talk show hosts. Like not fuck Leno because it just might get to him. But like Leno was okay, David Letterman was okay, but like for some reason Conan O'Brien's just silliness really brought out the humor, and then so I mean if you ever get a chance, check him out. Do you have any shows coming up?
The Plano one, December 1st.
December 1st?
Showcase.
Is that the only one you're doing?
In Fort Worth. I think, the 22nd?
Yeah, I think so. I got a show coming up Wednesday at Bodega. I'm going to go to the Bodega in Fort Worth.
If you got any friends out in Waco, I got that show in November 27th, I think.
Which one?
The True Love down in Waco.
Waco?
Yeah.
What day is that? A Saturday?
I think it's a Sunday, unfortunately. Let me see.
People go watch him. Show how much time you do? I know you don't know yet.
10.
10 minutes? Fuck yeah.
That's the only place where I can get 10 minutes. Yeah, it's the 17th.
Okay.
November 17th.
November 17th, guys. All right. If you want, you can send me the dates and I'll plug it when I do the video. I'll put it on Facebook, and then I do two separate ones. I'll do the YouTube version and I'll do the audio version where people can go anywhere and listen to it on my 10 major podcast streamers. I'm on 10 major things. Yeah. 5 of them I've never heard of. Yeah. But I have 3 shows coming up actually, guys, that you can come watch. I will be at December 1st. There goes my list. December 1st, I will be at Plano. December 8th, I will be in Dallas. And December 23rd, 2nd?
I think it's
22nd, I will be at Fort Worth Hyenas. I consider Fort Worth Hyenas my home club. Even though I started my first time with Arlington Improv, but Arlington or fucking Fort Worth Hyenas kind of became my home.
No, I feel that because like
It's like Plano Hyenas is your home, right?
DCH. That
DCH.
Yeah, like that's where I started.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I feel like I didn't have a reason to stay. I feel like they didn't want me to stay. I feel like they didn't have a reason to keep me. It's like my comedy style isn't compatible with what they're looking for in comics.
I still need to go to DCH and do comedy there. I'm not sure how it would go.
You should do it, but like
I want to. I just don't know how to sign up yet. I haven't really researched how to sign up yet.
I don't know. It's just I feel like their comedy is like quirky and cute and like not as raw, not as blue as like I am, and they don't really like me out there. But
they're more. Would it be called liberal type of comic? Yeah. Is it called alt comedy?
I don't know. But that sounds right. Alternative, cause like
alt comedy. Yeah, I think it's called alt comedy. Maybe I'm not sure.
I don't know. Their stuff is more like quirky and witty.
I remember one time I heard Rogan talking about Joey Diaz, and how Joey Diaz gets all riled up for like he'll find a reason to get riled up before he goes on stage, just to get the blood flowing to get him in that mindset. He was like, and one time he was all like, alt comedy. Oh, what the? Do you know who Joey Diaz is? He's like, what the fuck is all comedy? You gotta come in here and do that shit. Fucking get on stage and just tell jokes. Like, he just went off on all comedy for some reason. I missed him when he was here at the Addison Improv. Was Addison Improv? Yeah, I missed him, man.
The crazy thing is I work like 3 minutes away from Addison Improv.
Yeah?
Well,
fucking, I missed, what's his name? Ari Shafir was here, too, at the Addison Improv last Thursday. I couldn't go to it. I missed it. I couldn't get the tickets in time and coordinate to where I can do the Tony Hinchcliffe podcast, and then also his thing, and then also Hyenas. So, but we'll leave off at that, man. We got some good dates coming up. Everybody come see us. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Suwoo. That's a new one I learned. Suwoo. Dead ass.
Stay dangerous.
I have a friend at work. His name is Q, and I go to him to keep up with my urban lingo and like what's happening in the urban community. So he teaches me all kinds of stuff. Goodbye.